tell us what you're doing in Pensacola, Florida right now.
Well, I'm the head football coach and I also teach PE at Booker T. Washington. It's my first year there, and it's been a very good experience.
Now, Charlie, I got to ask you before I forget, we had online, and some people had this question. Do you ever raise your voice at the young men?
Well, my son can tell you, yes, I do. On some occasions, but they have to hear me, and they have to hear me loud. So I used to do it in football as well, and basketball.
I bet they listen. Charlie, let's go back to 1989. You're in Thomasville. Frankly, you probably could have gone almost anywhere. What led you to Florida State?
Well, one of the main reasons was being able to play for Coach Bobby Bowden. As we know, he's a living legend, and I was grateful that I had the opportunity to be a part of his program here at Florida State for 5 years, and a great man of God. And so my parents trusted him, and I trusted him because I wanted to play basketball and football. And he was one of the guys that allowed guys to do that, Brad Johnson. So he had a little history on his side, and plus it was a good football program. So I wanted to be a part of it, and I was grateful that he gave me an opportunity.
Charlie, we're glad you made that decision. Let's go something to 1993, move forward to your senior season. There was a freshman who came in, Coach Bowden, I think, went to you and said, could this freshman be your roommate? He had a little tragedy at home, and see if you could help him. Warwick Dunn. Tell us a little bit about that year and your relationship with Warwick Dunn.
Well, actually, Doug Williams was the inspiration behind Warwick and I becoming roommates. Doug is, of course, from Louisiana area and played at Grambling, and I got an opportunity to see him my junior year, and he had mentioned that Warwick was coming to Florida State and he wanted me to take care of him. So I was fortunate to be able to not have a roommate during that year, and so I brought Warwick in to be my roommate, and that year was a very good year for both of us because we had an opportunity to sit in the room and talk. Believe it or not, we did talk. We stayed in our room a lot. We were homebodies. We didn't hang out that often, so we watched television and talked, and it was great for him to be able to have a roommate like me because we were very similar. And I was willing to listen to him, and he had a lot to talk about. And that year, of course, was a very good year for us. As we sit here today, he was the one that was the most inspirational in us beating Florida that game because he caught the touchdown. So grateful for him being here as well and changing positions.
Do you think the senior roommate did okay with the new kid? Charlie, let's talk basketball just a second. You played here with 3 other NBA first-round draft picks. Pretty darn talented team. There was Sam Cassell, Bobby Sura, Doug Edwards, Rodney Dobart, Chucky Graham. Talk a little bit about what it was like to play with those guys here.
Well, it was very good to be able to play with those guys. It seems like, well, we needed a point guard that could distribute the ball. That was my job. So I knew that. I knew coming from football that a lot of times my job was to get the guys the ball that could score. And I stole all the balls. So understanding my role and coming from football, I wasn't basketball skilled, but having those guys around was a great inspiration because a lot of them were encouraging. Because they encouraged the coach to let me come out and play early on in my career, my days here, and we went on to have a very good basketball year. Sam came to us from junior college, which was a great pickup for us, and of course he went on to do great things in the NBA. Same with Bob. So we had a very good nucleus, and we played well together.
They all appreciated getting the ball from you to shoot, right?
Mm-hmm. Somebody had to distribute the ball.
There you go.
The rest of them weren't going to pass it.
When you gave it to Doug Edwards and said it was a dark hole, it wasn't coming back, was it?
That was my job. I was a quarterback, so.
Charlie, let me ask you this. How did you handle schoolwork? You were student body vice president and 2 sports. How did you handle time in college?
Well, it wasn't easy, but it did help to have people that were willing to help me reach my goals, which I was fortunate to be able to earn my degree as well. But I had professors, college of education, therapeutic recreation, that worked with me when it came time to work with me as far as scheduling time, and also the academic department here was very helpful as well. So it wasn't easy, but it had to be a lot of people involved in making that my reality, my goal a reality, and I'm grateful that I had those that were willing to make me have an opportunity to graduate, something that I can say today I'm proud of.
Charlie, let me ask you this. Let's go to football again. 1992, we travel up to Atlanta. We're playing Georgia Tech. I remember there was a World Series going on, but we had a tough game at Tech. We go into the 4th quarter. We're down by 14, and I don't know whether it was you or Coach Bowden or somebody said, we better go to the 2-minute offense. We got to hurry up. So we went to the shotgun and 3 or 4 wide receivers, and it's like college football changed at that moment. Talk a little bit about that change to your fast break offense.
Well, we were supposed to win. We weren't winning at the time. Very similar to the way our guys are playing this year. They wait till the last minute to make this thing
ahead of your time as usual. W is a W, baby!
But we changed to our 2-minute offense because we were down 17 points in the 4th quarter, and the only way that we could make any kind of run at it was to speed the game up, and we ran like a few plays, and all the rest of it was ad-lib, make something happen, and that's what happened. So we're fortunate during that time, just like our group here, we got a break. We got an onside kick, which gave us an opportunity to score a little bit quicker. And that's what happens sometimes when you're down. You need breaks to be able to continue to make that comeback. And we're fortunate that our defense stepped up, got stops when we needed it. We scored when we needed it at the right time, and we were grateful to be able to pull it out.
A good victory at Georgia Tech, and college football was really never the same after that. 1993. You and a very talented group of teammates went down to Gainesville. We had 1 remaining regular season game. If we won that game, we were going to make the Orange Bowl. Daryl would be happy from Ocala, right now. We were going to make the Orange Bowl. We were going to get to the national championship, and you might even win a Heisman Trophy with a win there. But we were ahead at Florida. They started coming back on us. We found ourselves, I've been to Florida Field a lot. It was the loudest that we've ever heard Florida Field. It's what I call a howling swamp. We're up by 6. They kick off to us. We're back at the 21-yard line. 10 to go. 2 passes got batted down. 1 almost intercepted. It's 3rd and 10 from the 21 at Florida Field. And Gene Deckerhoff kind of called it like this. Nobody. That was a pretty good play there. You remember that one, Charlie?
Yes.
Talk a little bit about 1993 and coming back at the Swamp.
Well, it was we understood and knew going down there that it was going to be a very, very tough game for us. And of course, we were like number 2 or something because we had lost to Notre Dame. And we knew we had a lot of things at stake, which was the national championship, having an opportunity to play in that. And they had a 23-game winning streak at home, which no one had beaten them down there. We knew it was going to be loud down there. However, we knew we had a very good team and we were experienced as well. And we kept the crowd out of the game, the entire game until like the fourth quarter. That's when they made the comeback. And that play, as Doug was mentioning, was the loudest that day. I couldn't hear myself. We had a hard time communicating. But we were fortunate that I was able to flush the pocket and also hit Ward in stride. And we got a good block from Tamar, the spring game. So, of course, that was a great day for Seminoles as we cut off the Gators' tail. We shut the mouths a little bit anyway. We did something, keep them calm. And it was a great day for us because we continued to move on to play the national championship, which we were grateful for, 1, and 2. We were confident that we could win it because we hadn't lost any bowl games. So that gave us great confidence, but it was a tough game.
A great victory at the University of Florida. Some people, I want to mention something, some people say, well, do we add some more orange and blue to the stadium today? The answer is absolutely not. Home games are never side games, and that's because Dean Coyle Moore always said, when the other team comes here, they got 2 chances, slim and none. Yeah.